So I just turned 30. I am 30 years old at this point. You can give it up for that if you want to, or you don't have to. I am 30 years old at this point. Dating at 30 is tough. It really is. The toughest part about dating at the age of 30 is admitting it to the woman that you're talking to. It doesn't really roll off the tongue very nicely. It's kind of like swearing in front of your grandmother. It's like, I'm 40. No, but I did have a great date, well, not so great date actually. The most recent one I went on, the girl had a kid, which I don't mind. Girls, if you have a kid, that's fine. I will date a girl with a kid. But she did not tell me that she had a kid. And I found out on the first date because she brought him. Guys, don't meet people on the internet. It does not work well. I did have one girl that I met the other night. I was done with the set, and she was at the bar. Beautiful, beautiful. She was a little bit older, but she was beautiful blonde hair, and I went up and talked to her. I initiated the conversation. And we talked for about a half an hour, and it went really well, and I thought it was going good. So then all of a sudden, she leaned in and kissed me. Doesn't happen all the time, but I thought it was cool. But then about 5 minutes later, she got up and just walked away, which I thought was weird, but she left her stuff, so that's cool. She came back about 10 minutes later, she left her card, and then she said goodbye and left. And so I said to the bartender, hey, do you know that girl? She's kind of cool. We had a great conversation. She left me her card. He goes, yeah, I know her. I just fingered her in the cooler. He goes, smell my fingers. I'm like, I'm glad I kissed her before that happened. I'm also glad I ate there before that happened because whatever's going on in that cooler is not sanitary. We did go out. A couple of my friends went out. We were out at Newcomb's Tavern. Has anyone been to Newcomb's? Class age. This place is very classy. It was a very good time. So we went out to Newcomb's and we're hanging out there, and he's talking to this girl, and he asks her for her name. He says, I need to know your name if we're going to continue this conversation. And she says, in a real sassy voice, I want you to guess my name. It's the name of a car company. And in his drunken state, he says, I don't know, White Allen Honda? And to say the least, that was not her first name. But I did have a good event. I did get a lady in my bed recently. Which is fucking great, people. I'm 30. No, I did have a lady in my bed, and things started to get a little amorous. And we got to the part where I'm taking her pants off. And her panties, girls, can anyone clue me in on this? What are panties doing for you? It's like 2 pieces of twine with like a half a t-shirt sleeve. How is that protecting or helping anything? Anyways, on the part where it could only say something, it said, I like cute boys. And which, at that point, you're a little bit perturbed. You're like, I don't know if I should proceed, but they were a little bit frayed and older, so I did. But sex is good. If anyone's available after the club tonight, sex is amazing. Women think that men will never turn down sex, and this is false. I have a story, I have at least one verified story where I did turn down sex with a woman. It was actually one of my employees' mother. So she was a little bit older, she was a bit of a cougar. Thank you, I love that I'm getting applause. She was an older woman, but I thought it was inappropriate. I didn't want to do it. I said no. She persisted, so I did. So I took her out, and it was actually a nice night. But at the end of the night, I'm taking her home, and we're in front of her house, and she says, I clean houses for a living. I'm like, yeah, I know. She goes, if you have sex with me, I'll clean your house for free. Now, this was the first time I've ever been propositioned for sex for a clean house, but I'm guessing it wasn't her first time offering. No, she was good. I did have sex with Beyonce once. I did. Not the Beyonce, I must reiterate, not the Beyonce, that was just her stage name. But she was a good chick. No, I met this girl, Did you guys have a good 4th of July? Did you guys blow shit up? Okay, so I met this girl on the 4th of July, and she said, I'm gonna see some fireworks. Do you have any fireworks? And I'm like, no, I don't. Do you have any fireworks? And she's like, yeah, I do. I have smoke bombs at home. I'm like, oh, cool. Did you buy them for the 4th of July? She's like, no. I'm like, who just owns smoke bombs? There's 2 reasons I figured this out. You're either a magician or they're used for a bad day. You're like, I'm out. It's like a villain in Spider-Man or something, this chick. No, but I actually, my profession is I do trivia. Has anyone been out to one of my trivia nights? Anybody? That's awesome. I get some weird things that happen. You mix drunk people with trying to think, and things go a little bit astray sometimes. I did have this one guy, I'm not even lying to you, I had this one guy swing at me one time because he questioned me. He said the answer is wrong, and I said it's not wrong, it's correct. And he wanted to argue with me, so I said over the microphone, hey dude, chill, it's just bar trivia, we're not storming Normandy here. And that gentleman must have been French, because he got up and just started fisticuffing me. And I'm like, his buddy finally held him back. I'm like, bro, the question was who was the 13th president, not who forgot to take their Xanax this morning. But at any rate, I had one lady that was just this Monday. You guys might have remembered this question. What is a good camping treat that helps you with a sore throat? You guys might remember this. So this woman, she comes up, thank you. This woman comes up to me, she's not playing at all. She's not playing even in the slightest bit. And she's drunk. And she comes up to me and she says, I know what the answer is. It's marijuana. And I'm like, well, marijuana's pretty sweet, but it's not really a camping treat. And she's like, oh, so it's like cough syrup? I'm like, what kind of camping trips are you going on? And please, can I come? It's like, get the phone at the dumpster, we're gonna get away. It's a good time. Anyways, guys, that is my time. I want to thank you all for coming out here. We have got some fantastic comedians out here for you tonight. This next guy coming up to the stage, I just met him tonight. He seems pretty cool. This is Kenny Carpenter. Please keep it going.